Okay, so for the sake of the recording, I will start again. That typography, what it refers to as typography in class, is the art or technique of arranging text to make it more legible and visible. And I said it cannot have a beautiful design if you mix any of those. Okay, for instance, this design, if I make this design and I arrange this graphics design internship training curriculum, and I make it so fancy, let me say, that you cannot read it, then that's the whole purpose of, okay, for instance, I write it with a font that is being written on Canva here. It will be difficult for you to read this kind of thing because the font I use is not aligning properly, right? So it has to do with choosing the right font for your design. It has to do with knowing the right font that has to deal with that design, then arranging it in a way that it's visually appealing. That has to do with give you that beauty, how to give you that beauty and still give you how to give you that beauty and still give you that good legibility. For instance, I make a design this way. For instance, let me go to our correct draw so that we will in particular. So, for instance, I write Futo Siwes. So if I write something like this and I choose a font like this, so that this is very difficult to read, it's not legible. For the fact that it's crazy and it's very difficult for you to read. Sorry about that. This font was still loading. Okay. Then yeah, what I'm typing, I don't even actually can't read it. Okay, so if I have something typed this way and I just because I like a particular font style and it's flashy, it's designing, and I have it on a design, it will be difficult for you to read this kind of arrangement, right? Because it might be crazy and it might not actually suit the environment which you are designing. If you are designing, you have to know when you are designing a crazy design, let me say a party flyer, a church program. You have to know when you are designing, you have to pass basic information. You have to do when you are designing a flyer for audience that maybe the elderly people, you are designing maybe they give you a contract to make a brochure for a program that is mostly for elderly people, and you now start using crazy young people fonts. Flashy elderly people will believe we want their things to be as simple, let me say simple, and to be as simple and very legible. And most of them, because of their age, and they want it to be as bold as possible. So you start avoiding. If I'm designing for young people, I can use this and we can read something like this, right? That is depending on what I'm designing. But if I'm designing for elderly people, I can't use this kind of font I use for photo because they will now start mistaking. It's this one and or S, and I don't understand this. Like, they will find it difficult to arrange this thing. But if I'm designing, what is this font doing like this to them? But if I'm designing for them and I use something like this, nobody can miss something like this because it's the alphabets are standing out, they are appealing, and they are well legible. So typography has to do with the way you arrange your text in the design, the way you mix the text. Typography does deals with the text, and so can someone give me suggest a flyer we can be using for for a particular brand so that we'll be adding the effect so that we'll be all seeing the effect? Need a suggestion from you? We have a suggestion of a particular brand we can design a flyer for. If you getting me? My class is silent. I don't know if you're getting me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're getting you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, I'm going. Your hand is up, go on. Okay, so can someone give me a suggestion so that we'll be arranging it? Okay, there's no suggestion. It's still fine. Okay, so for instance, if I'm designing Futo, I said if I'm designing photos and I arrange something like this, it's very difficult for people to read. Okay, I remember I'm supposed to do a flyer for this for those that miss this training. Those that miss this learning. So it's supposed to be an intense training for 9 days. So maybe since you people can suggest we'll be working on that, so that at the end of the class we have ourselves, I'll have myself a flyer for the training, and you will also have your knowledge. So it will be a win-win. So I'm designing a flyer for Futo Siwes as selected program. So if I was saying the whole typography has to do with hierarchy, arranging best arrangement for hierarchy, making your text visually appealing and legible. So you can't mix these two. You can't deal with the order and leave the order. You have to work with them together. Exactly. If you understand about typography, you can react so that I should know that you're understanding. Any reaction? Okay. So that is basically what typography is all about. The best practice of arranging your text. So that is brief. We'll go into color theory and principles. As mentioned earlier, I said one of the most important aspects of design is color theory. If you know your color theory, then if you know your color theory, I would say you have mastered your art of designing. Because color theory plays a role. Color theory plays a role that is unmatched. Color theory plays a role. Just give me a minute. I'm trying to snap this so that we will be. Color theory plays a role. My sister, man, the fuck up today. Give me a minute, sorry. Sorry for the delay. Okay. So these are color we. In the, graphics design, we have different color plates. Depending on the kind of graphics you are doing. Depending on the kind of graphics you are doing, you have different color plates. We have the RGB. If you look at my right hand side of color draw here, there are two color pleats here. We have this, the first one here, and have the second one. You see that the first one is RGB colors. RGB is just focusing on the three primary colors, right? The red, green, and blue. These focus on the primary colors, red, green, and blue. Why the same YK, you deal with the same YK more when you are doing designs that they will printed at the end of your job. If you are doing a social media design that will just be posted soft copies. If you are doing designs, let me say for website, that is for UI UX. If you are doing a website design that will be uploaded on the maybe even normally flyer that will be uploaded on the website. If you are doing a design that will not be printed, we share with a soft copy or we screen printed. There are some design print we call screen printing. Those designs are done with RGB. Those colors are best displayed RGB. It gives it a brighter feel and it gives a shiner and it adapt with all screens. Our screens are RGB, they are not SMYK. So if you design a flyer on same YK, it will be appearing somehow. Maybe if you need a spot at some point, some people even look at it has changed the color. The feel will be different. So our screens are RGB. So if you're designing anything that has to do with screen, then it should be RGB. Then if you're designing anything that you have to print with a physical flyer that we printed, a banner. If you're designing a banner, if you're designing a poster, a calendar, total, anything that's printed, then you go with CMYK. That is for the color please we're using for design that we printed. I do some of my designs for printing, some of that's why I'd have displayed two color plates so that once I'm designing, I'll know what I'm picking. So that is for the aspect of the printing. Then the color wheel, I always tell my students, I have an example of always have the color wheel in your head. Always have the color wheel in your head. If I have a color wheel, you can't mix colors. You can't mix because it's the color we always portray the best color that matches with the next. The best color that matches with the next. So if you look at this triangle here, there's a triangle here. If you want to know which color matches with the next and can blend perfectly on the color wheel, you can draw a triangle. You draw a triangle here. If you draw a triangle here, you will see discover that each of these colors that the edge is pointing matches with each of the color the other edge is posting. That is why I always say that if you have the we in your head, or maybe you don't even have to, you can rotate this to at every point that you are rotating that the hairs are facing. You find a complementary color for that particular color. If I'm working with, I want to work with any color, you can always find a complementary color at the edge of the triangle. So that is one way of identifying a color that matches with the rest. But the color wheel tells us how colors are being mixed. You can see blending of our telling you people that if you want to mix identical or close by color, you can choose to give a brand green and yellow. That is from this angle. If you give your brand green and yellow, it's easy for you to blend. Within these two colors, you can have this green, this deeper green, you can have this lighter green, and you have yellow. If you give your brand yellow and orange, see that we have colors that are matching here, that are similar, they are all related. If you have purple and blue, so you see, at every point in time, each color, the next color, if you match it with the next one, it gives a unique color that still serves for both of these colors. So if you have green and yellow, see that this light green is relating to this yellow and it's relating to this green, and it serves better. It still serves as that brand. So that's why I was saying at the beginning of the class too, that at every point in time you have different. For instance, if I choose black as a color, look at, we have 10% black here, we have 20% black, we have 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. I can still start reducing it one by one. 99, this thing, right? So only with black you can produce numerous colors. So always in your design, go with minimal colors. Always in your design, go with minimal colors. So it's okay. This a new project I started with. I did for somebody. The person just contacted me for a logo for an education. This is the name of the brand. So they say the client say he needs something that depicts all both education and education. So he did something like that. So this shows inclusiveness and this shows this. And so for education, blue shows the intelligence and attention and the rest. While red stands out for attention and curiosity. Has the red. I have not explained that. These are just brainstorming different trying to create this thing. This is what I'm working with. I will now start to explain all those colors to I have choose. I have not generated the full color plate, but what I'm working on here is just blue and red, right? So these two colors can watch. So you see, out of blue, I have a deeper blue and I have a lighter blue. So that just one color producing all this color. I can choose to make this whole logo blue, but to still have different representatives. I'm speaking of this. You see the whole point. See that when I wanted to create this logo, I went online to make my website. This is what I was telling you, that there is no need you beating your brain to start creating anything. These are samples of logos or similar this thing that I went. But what makes my own stand up is at the end, I combined different ideas to have a unique design for my brand that is not matching any of those things, right? So choosing your colors, always go with lighter colors and a balanced colors. Avoid choosing plenty colors as it will make your design more complicated and color rioting. So if you have a question so far, you can throw in your question. If you have a question so far, you can still throw in your question. But if you don't have a question and you understand, you can still react. So I'll know you're following me. Okay, Jonathan, you have a question?
Yes, I have a question.
Okay, go
I'm
on.
considering this choosing colors. Is it possible after choosing the color for a particular brand, you can also use it to
Yeah.
go more in designing for that brand? Or would you divert to other colors instead of sticking to that color for the brand?
Okay, so this is where brand identity comes in. That is why some designers call themselves product. We have a part of design called product design, and then brand identity has to do with the nature of choosing your colors and items that have to we help your clients identify your brand, hence the name identity. So you cannot choose a particular color, then start good designing with another color. Why is an identity? Because if you stick to, okay, for instance, Futo, I think Futo is green and is it green and black or
Yeah,
just green? Yeah. So
yes.
you hardly see Futo. Yeah, you hardly see Futo design anything that is coming primary from Futo. It must follow that green. Anything that is coming from, you can see other external this thing collabos from other this thing organization that maybe they are partner with Futo. They can have their color, maybe they can try to represent their brand, but you hardly see Futo make designs outside. You can hardly see Futo make designs outside that particular color. You cannot choose a color for a brand. Then at the end, you start designing something totally different from that brand. It's not done that
Okay.
way. So if you are choosing a color, make sure you choose a color that is convenient for. Make sure you choose a color that is convenient for your designs and you can stand by it. Can stick to. Okay, for instance, let me show you an exported where I do see my organization. So I told you earlier that the primary color for my organization is blue. So if you look at this is an exported file for my organization, right? So you see, these are different design, but you see that there is no design that will do that doesn't have that blue element in it. This is our colors and this is it. So at the moment, once you see the design that is coming from an organization, the blue will be there. The blue element stands out, right? Look at even the ID card. You see that the ID card is also flowing with the blue and white. So you can have touches. So you can have touches from different. This was for who was showing the goods, right? So you can always have a design. Your design should always this was for another design. Your design should look at Ctvet. This is Ctvet. You see that if you see here, most designs are flowing with the blue and the yellow. So this give your audience an easy way to identify your brand.
Okay, sir.
Your audience. This is our CH program, but you see that our CH program is our CH logo is red and blue. So that the all design here are speaking blue and red, right? This
Yes,
is how you mix. You can't choose a color brand. Maybe you choose black, and at the end, all your designers are speaking yellow, or red. It gives your clients to be difficult. These are our logos, right? So see that most of our logos for different designs are going blue. So there are lengthy number of blue. You can generate blue. Okay, let me go back to corridor and show you how I can generate more than one color. Okay, just can you give me a color option you want us to work with? Just give me one color you want me to work with.
Okay.
Jonathan, can you just suggest any color?
Red.
Okay. For instance, my brand is red.
Okay.
No, my brand is red. Okay, this is red, right? So I can have a color plate for red. If I click here, these are all. Are you seeing this angle, right, Jonathan? Where I'm hovering my mouse. Okay, so these are all red family.
Okay.
These are all red family. So you see that if I can decide to work at some point and mix something like this, decide to work on some. Let me say I want to create a logo. Let me say a symbol, an artistic logo, and I want it to all be red. And have something like this.
Okay.
I think there's a similar. There's something like this that these people Mastercard. So this this is generated. Yeah, this is generated from red.
Okay.
So the design is red, and then you have the complementary, the neutral white there to back your design out. White is always standing there as a neutral this thing to back your design. So this is also red, and I can decide to write something else to red. Let me see. There's a star of it. Can have a star. Can have a star. Then use this deeper red, the one you people call ox blood, right?
Okay.
Huh? So see that all these are coming from red, right? But it stands out. So if your brand is red, you can with one red you can have just the same thing I told you with black. You can keep reducing this red. If you start mixing white to it, to reduce down to white. So from the distance between red to white, you have infinite number of colors. You have infinite number of colors from so if you are designing this white, this is why you create you create your color brand at the beginning of the brand itself. You create your color brand from the beginning of the brand itself. So you can have a ring. That is why the sample I showed you here, the one I posted in the group. For me, I like choosing colors that are not too fighty, depending on who you are designing for. Depending on who you are designing for. Depending on who you are designing for. Before, when you choose a color brand for a design, especially a design that you are a brand that you are the one that you brand, giving them their branding throughout the work, you have to create something like this and keep for yourself, right? You create something
Yes,
similar
sir.
like this and keep for yourself. In this way, you can be easily design anything from this thing,
Mm,
right?
okay.
You can easily design anything from this thing. See that? So that it's still readable, right? Jonathan,
Yes, sir.
getting me.
Yes,
So
I'm here.
this, so if I make something like this is just one color design. But see that this is appearing on this perfectly. So if you choose a brand for your a color, that is why it's very important, and it's what is done at the beginning of the brand. You can't start designing for a brand before you start. So if you choose a color, always make sure you maintain that color. If you see international organization, you can't see like Access Bank. You can't see Access Bank designing something at all that they are light green and the yellow they do
Yeah.
use. That is their brand.
Okay.
Once you see the design having that idea, you know that this is coming from Access Bank. So always be cautious of choosing your colors. That these the colors you'll be designing that brand with for the rest of the brand. So you give your
Okay,
client
sir.
this thing. Any other
Okay.
question?
No,
Any other
sir. Thank
question? Any other question for any other person? Okay, so we'll forge ahead, right? Forge ahead.
Yes, sir.
So that is what the assignment. At the end of this class, I will expect us to go back and do our assignments better, especially on the aspect of the reason why I gave you the assignment of choosing a color for your brand is so that we are at the end. I want us to have at least everybody have at least 2 designs they have completed successfully with these principles personally for themselves, right? So at the end of this class, all of you go back, choose. I will advise for 2. If you feel you want extra colors for your brand, fine, but I would advise choose 2 colors that you know that they can interact with each other perfectly. Don't choose opposite colors. Choose 2 colors that will interact with each other perfectly, and we'll start working with that for your brand, right? So that was so
Sir,
colors matching. Yes,
sir, sir, I have a
go
question,
on.
sir. My question is, if you choose a color for a brand and maybe and the color interact with each other, can you put some other neutral color like black and white just to like for the text like they call them supporting color? Can you add black? Maybe for example now your brand color is white and maybe ash or maybe red and yellow. Can you just impute some color that can just complement it when you're putting your text and some other things like that in your design?
Yes, of course. Okay, so let's just like you call them, right? Those are not your main color, they are supporting colors, right? And your main brand, I'm trying to let me get a design I did for organization. Your main brand is a different color. So for instance, this is a design for C Enterprise. The color for C Enterprise is blue. So you are seeing C Enterprise logo here, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, but is it just blue that is on this design?
No.
That is where the main brand colors comes in, right? The main
Yes, sir.
color for this brand is blue. The main background is just a very light blue. The main articles, what stands out, the main Kai, can you mute your mic, please? Okay. So the color that stands out in this design is blue, but there are colors that complement the design that should, like for instance, there is red here. Red is not in any way in blue, but see that red is minimum. I use red to highlight. I use that red to highlight some important elements that I want people to see. That are not big, but I want people to see, right? But this whole design is more of bluish because the brand is blue. But they are white. I told you from the beginning that there are some brands that adopt white as their color, right? But white is usually counted as a supporting color for a brand. White is always counted as a supporting. You can use white for your right up, you can use black for your right up, and the rest. For instance, the ID card I have here with the blue here, I use white here, but white is the color for this brand is blue. But I have used white for my right up. I have used black for my right up. Those are not counted. But what stands out? So, what color you're using primary is the color for the brand. What you're using primary is the color for the brand. But you can have a other color. For instance, look at this. This is a Ctvet, which I say is blue and yellow. I have my right ups on white and black. That doesn't mean black was part of the brand. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so this is how it works, right? So once you see this design, what stands out is what stands out primary is the color for the brand, which is the yellow and the blue. But we still have white and black where necessary. So that is how it works. What should stand out should be your brand color. Then the black can complement it. For instance, in my design, say I'm pressing my right up basically on the black, right? My right up is being placed on black throughout the design. That is in your material. It's based on black, but the color for the brand is not black. But you see, when it comes to the object, I have my object, uh, my listing object to be blue and yellow to reflect the brand I'm designing for. But my right up here was on black. So that is how you interact with the colors. Is that clear? Any other question before we continue? Any other question before we continue?
No, no, sir.
Okay. So that is that's for color theory. So one thing I always advise students is, okay, for instance, this school class is supposed to hold us 9 times, 9 times. So AI has made it very possible these days so that in such a way that if you actually network enabled or you are once you start this journey, you always find skills or find material to assist you as you go very much easily. So most of this research, you can actually, for instance, let me stop this and go share my browser. If I want to get a color, for instance, okay, look at this logo I was creating, right? These are samples I got from AI, but still went and created. For instance, I have a particular color, let me say gold, right? And I want to get a complementing color that will match in my design. I can simply come here and without me going to corridor and start matching it, I can actually match that in a corridor myself. But I want to make I want to have two colors. I'll come to here and ask what color matches perfectly with gold in graphic Okay, so one thing about AI is always give specific, right? I'm asking the way I've asked the question, what color matches perfectly with gold in graphics design? I'd not just ask match because so that my question will be open. My specify where I'm designing, right? Within graphics design. So if you are designing, if you're asking a question for AI to help you answer, make sure you always ask with specific. So AI now have suggested me how many colors too. Okay, say black can go with gold, and it has given me the reason, right? For graphic and classic and luxurious, black work with gold. So if I want to do a fashion design that deals with gold and is kind of a luxurious, I can very easily choose this gold match with white for eloquent and clean designs, right? See that it's giving me a sample. It's also giving me that navy blue also work with gold for rarity and strong. It's also giving me designs. That's also giving. I say that I can actually work with a lemon green. So you see that there is no need of you going to start combining them one by one there. So this is where the AI aspect comes in. So I always tell graphic designer about that. The AI is there. Most people are saying, graphic design can do this. You can, if you're working for somebody, the person is saying that AI can do this, AI can do this for you. AI is just there to AI is there to assist you in your job, right? So that what I would have gone there to start combining in correct job one after one by testing, or let me start dropping my listen color wheel and start drawing a triangle to check color that matches. Yeah, I summarize it there, but now it's left for me to choose the one that is appealing. Has drop it with example, right? So if I see that that's even giving me the color code, the hexadecimal value for the color code, gold for classic, bright gold, and these are different kind of gold. These all values are all values for gold. So it's just giving me gold. So instead of after generating up to 100 different kind of goods, I can still have this color combination. So always use to stand out in your design and embed bring both the AI aspect in your design. So to stand out in your designs and always have a brighter way of design, always use AI to enhance your design. So you can see that this has samples, and I can easily take it. For instance, if I'm choosing something that has to do with royalty, I can do with this blue. So that this blue stands out. This blue can also be even used as a luxurious background, right? So you see that that's giving me an example. Okay, so for somebody, Jonathan, you can see that even the sample here, we have the primary color here is blue and gold, but the right up here is white. This is trying to show you that white can act as a right up for both of them. So this is one of the aspects. This is one of the aspects when choosing your color you should consider, right? Choose a color that any color you use. If you're using black, it will appear on both of them if you're using white. So this is where how we get this thing done this day. So and I'm still repeating, there is no need going to start cracking your brain for what you can actually get online or it's not copying. What makes it a unique designer is I can actually identify that which is good, which AI, even AI is being stated here actually we can make mistakes, check important information. So it's not left for me to start. It's not left for me to go there and start checking what is beautiful for me. So look at the way it makes the Raymond game with good here for me, right? It's giving me examples of different goals. So if you want to choose a particular brand, you can choose brands. You can actually ask this and to get different colors. Another question you can even ask is, for instance, if I want to get a color brand for, I can even ask the AI to like explain the meaning of all these colors and what they represent deeper, apart from writing this for me, right? If I want to get a school color, for instance, okay, let me say a female clothing. I can even still ask AI, give me colors that that are best am I even typing today? Based for female wears brand. It should be two colors that works well for design and appearance. Okay, so a female design. So you see that instead of me going to start make references online, see that I've dropped the question and I said the key is in the details. I have given the AI that the brand I'm designing for is a female design, so you should give colors that women will be attracted to, and it should be good so that it will appear good on design and appearance. The appearance is when you make the printing, maybe the shop, and you're branding the shop. So the AI have suggested this for me, right? No, women always like pink and this, so we have this thing, the blush pink and gold. That's giving me a sample. You have a white and rose gold. That's giving me a sample. Just a black and pink. That's giving me a sample. So this is how you get, and that's even giving me the decimal value for this code, right? So it's not left for you to now start going and designing your brand with the mixture of those two colors. You now choose bold and classy. See that it's giving you with what it stands for. So this is where, for those that will go into a UI UX design, these are part of the question you ask your clients, what your brand stands for. From the client explanation, you'll be able to make a decision of which color you should choose here. Is it a luxurious brand? Is it what the person sees his brand as? So, right? So for your design, there's always room for inquiry before you start your work. So you can use your AI to fasten your work. You can use your AI to give you what people are doing out there. Don't always start. It's useless. Time is very important in this job. It's useless going to strike your brain, draw the color wheel. Why I always start with showing you the manual aspects. I've already mentioned that before. I always start with showing my student the manual aspect because there are some points that it will get that the AI won't give you the perfect answer you are looking for. AI won't give you the perfect answer you are looking for. It's not left for you to now bring your own initiative inside. It's not left for you to bring. Okay, when I prompted AI to generate this logo, to give me an example of this logo, let me show you what AI gave me. I think you have seen it here. When I prompted the AI to give me, this is what AI gave me for this logo. Are you seeing this? Are you all seeing this?
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
saying it, sir.
Okay. So this is what AI gave me, right? But my point was not, I was not handing my job over to the AI, right? I wanted AI to give me the initiative. I can show you the prompt I did say. I also stated what the client gave to me. The client said he wants a logo that depicts a particular file, both bridge that show exclusiveness and show education. So the AI in his own way was telling you that the book is for education, why the bridge is the bridge here, then the inclusiveness, this inclusive symbol, right? So this is what AI gave me. So what I picked from it is okay. We can have a bridge. There's a second one that I used. This is the one that Ctvet. This other one this one was given by Gemini, Google Gemini. Why this one was given by Ctvet, right? So these are samples that Ctvet gave me. So see that if you can see the way they mix this bridge here, I've used it in one of my designs here. But instead of using the different exclusiveness like this, like what is here, I choose to say, okay, we can have these two instead of having three, then one of them should be the bridge, right? So another sample I have. So I have used a sample generated here. So all these logos option, I did it under 1 hour and I created different samples. And I've even selected my choice, my own preferred choice for the clients, right? It's there for the client to come and see the samples and say, okay, no, he doesn't want this, he prefer this, and move this around and this, right? So this is what AI has helped me done, right? But this is what I have using my their design initiative to create, and I've mixed these colors and so this is the color that the AI has given me. This is the selection of the AI. I should use this and this, but so that where your own idea, your expertise now comes in as a printer. If you now start when you want to mix this color for printing, you find it difficult printing this thing. So the AI was giving you something that will only work for digital aspect. But as a designer, that is where it comes in with your expert. It gives your client something that when you want to print or when they want to production, then subsequently it won't give them issue and to serve you better. So I know better than to say, okay, let me work this kind of blending or to work with this kind of blending or to put my write-up like this or like this. In design, in logo, the best practice for logo, you can't have your write-up over being wider than your logo. So I have to now create my own. So instead of having a bridge on top, I have my bridge under here, right? So I have different samples. I collected my mood board for this. This is the mood board I collected from Pinterest for my design, and I used AI, right? Then I now have my own idea of created my own idea from the mood board I collected. That is just for color this thing, and how you can combine AI to create your color palettes for any particular brand, right? So if you can see, even the AI have studies. So once I do tell people that the AI is not actually creating any information; it's getting information from the millions of information people have already dropped online. So if you can see the question I asked this AI was, give me color that are best for female brands, female wear brands, and should be two color. Okay, even if you remove these two colors, this AI will still give you two maximum of two colors, because we know that for a brand to stand out, it's either one or two colors. You can see some other brand that just with just one color, or some just a complementing color. So that is just about that is just the basics about color wheel. And if I have question, you can still ask AI, okay, this color give me the meaning and this and this and that. Are we clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
Yes,
now
sir.
can we
Yes,
now
sir.
we can go
Yes, sir.
make okay, we can go make better choices about our colors, right? Okay,
Yes, sir.
Paul Chidera, you have your hand up. You have a question. Paul, your
Yes,
hand
sir.
is up. Do you have a question? Okay, if you have a question, go on.
No, sir. No, sir. I don't have a question.
Okay. Ashley, your hand is up. If you have a question, just unmute and ask. If your hand
Sir,
is
it's
up by
concerning the.
okay, I'm listening.
Sorry, sir. My network is disturbing.
Okay, no problem. Go on. You don't have a question again? Okay, Chukwuemeka, your hand is up. Ask your question.
Yes, good morning, sir. About
Morning.
this AI something. At times, they normally talk about authenticity, like something being yours. So if you go and copy some things from this AI, at times they can say something like this. They have seen something like this or those kind of thing. I was wondering if that will be considered when you are using AI to design something like that.
Okay. You are concerned about your copyright, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So, Jonathan, hold on. Let me answer. Okay. Do you want to answer the question, Jonathan, or is it a different question? Hello.
I actually have a question.
Okay. Let me answer this one. Then we'll come back to you, Jonathan. Okay. So about copyright, This is how it works. When we talk about the difference between getting a mood board and doing a design, there is somebody in the group that dropped a design and went to my inbox and was saying, "Is this design okay?" He dropped where he gets his mood board and the design he made. At the moment I look at those two designs, I told him that this design is copied, it's not inspired, right? So when you get, for instance, okay, let me go back to the same one I told you that I worked on last night. The AI is there to get you. If you're not, if I'm speaking, you can mute your mic. The noise is on. This is what the AI gave me, right? And I told you earlier. This is what the AI gave me. These are what the two AI gave me. So you see the initiative that I got of making this bridge here was from here. But these things are two different things, right? These are two different things. Please mute your mic if I'm speaking, please. These are two different things. The bridge, the idea was from here, but the design is different. The AI gave me this idea of a over bridge, but what I did was different. So you are going to the AI to get idea, not to get your design. You are going to the AI to get an idea. The AI is more of a research tool, not to make your design. The AI is not there to make your design. It's there to make your work easy. So instead of you coming to create a color triangle and start creating these colors, it's simple. The AI have already done that for you. You are going straight to work. The AI will save your time. You are going straight to work. So when you pick it, I always feel that you can get different ideas from different design. The whole Pinterest was created specifically for that. Okay, let me share. I'm going to stop this and share Pinterest. Pinterest was created specifically to help for that purpose. You can get different idea, but I always tell my students what will make you stand out is how you make use of these ideas. Let me see. Female. Yes. Design. Okay. So, okay. Sorry, I mean flyer. Okay. So, if you look at these designs, if I want to design a female wear, I've already had my colors. I had my colors. Let me see. Because I have checked, it maybe okay. Who can choose? Should we go with pink and gold or white and rose gold, or which of these colors should we go with? Okay, I'll show you how to do it.
Let's do pink and gold. The white
Okay,
and rose
pink
gold,
and
sorry.
okay, this right? So we have this. We are using this. So I have my color choice. I have my color choice, and then I'm back to have my color choice. It has given me even the color code. So what I would do is this. Let me show you how it works. Okay, so and I'm supposed to do a flyer for this brand too. And now come and see different designs here. So what I'm looking at is the concept of different designs here. Let me say the person is a tailor, the person is this, the person is that. Uh, Most of the time when a brand call you that doing a flyer for me, you have to do a design that suits that particular brand, what they are doing. The way you it's not the same. The way you design an obituary poster is not the same way you design a BD flyer. Is that not true? You want to see an obituary
Yes, sir.
poster from far. Once you see an obituary poster from far, you know that this is an obituary poster because they have a pattern, a design. The same way with every other brand. The way you see dry cleaners do their flyers, they speak that the way you see colors, those are different. And so I want a shop that shows, right? You see that this is clearly a shop that is dealing with shows. They are listen, they are design themselves. So for instance, let me see. I don't like that one. I always like my designs. Okay. Okay. So you want to see this design that this is something for nightwears. And ladies wear. Okay. Okay, let me get this. Okay, so you now get your idea of arrangement here with this design, but it did not stop there. You are collecting a mood board, right? This is where mood board collection comes in. You can have many designs for sample as possible. Maybe you like this too, you copy it. Okay, okay. Okay, maybe we need the image too now. So for the person that was asking that question, see that this same image has different samples with different colors. I told you that the last time that you can choose this and change these colors in CorelDRAW, or you can change this color even with AI. I can show you how. I will still show you how to change it with AI and both with with Photoshop. That you won't match. So that okay, for a brand that is blue, if I working with a brand that is blue, you see that you have a blue machine. You see that it's very odd that you walk into a shop that you see a blue machine, but look at it, we have a blue machine here. So you're working for a brand that the color is blue. You can use this machine instead of a normal machine for their design, right? This is something you can still work with. So you see that our color is gold, but I'm not selecting my mood board just with gold, right? Yeah. Okay, this particular brand is pink. See that you see the way their design is appearing, right? So I'm still collecting my mood board. For still collecting my mood board. Still collecting my mood board from my bathroom. So when you are done with your different designs, when you are done with your different designs, yeah. Well, let me stop it and share my whole screen. Okay. So this is the mood board we have collected for this design, and this was a sample of our color. So I will first have my brand color, which is white and which is white. For me to be seeing it. I have my brand color, which is white and very good. This is my color brand, and for the exact value of that good, see the decimal value here, right? So you can actually input this here to have this. If I want the exact value that a ChatGPT gave me, this can put it here, which is a hash. So this is how you get colors from. If you want to copy exact color too, from CorelDRAW, I believe I know Canva too has it. 6 E. So you see this a lot in the website you run when you want to design. If someone contact with a full brand identity package, this is part of the deal you give the person, because if you just give the person just colors the way they appear here, if you just give the person the way they appear here, some designer will be find it difficult picking the color. So when you design this thing, always if you are given for a full package, it depends on how the person contract you, right? Always give the person these values. With these values, you cannot mix it anywhere. So this is what is recognized on this board here, right? So this is just the appearance. So if you want the exact value, but me, I don't want this particular one that ChatGPT is giving me. So I want to use this kind of. I can actually get that from. I don't want that exact one, so I'm using this one. I'm not speaking from here. So once I pick from here, I can go ahead with that. So these are my kind of my colors for my brand. So, but I want a flyer, but this is the sample of the flyers I have. So first, I like the way this was arranged, but this is a different color and this is a different brand, right? I will set my size. I will set my size. Pardon? I will set my size, have something like this with my colors. So the person that asked the question of copyright, see that my first, even my background has now stand different, right? My background also has stands different. So, okay, let me get a logo. Let me get a logo. I don't want to create new here. We'll have a day for creating a logo. Ladies, yeah, this real logo. Let me get a ready-made logo. Let me see. Let's use this one. This one is simple enough, right? It's a day for logos. I would say you have to create something like this. Now let's use somebody's own, but don't always use somebody's logo. Are we clear? Don't use somebody's logo.
Yes.
But I will tell you, yes, there's a day for specially made for logo. So for to have the even if you want to use someone's idea, you should be smart about it. Let me show you how you can work with this. So this is the logo, right? I can change it now to my brand. I can change this color strictly to my brand. Please, if I'm talking, you should mute your mic, please. Please mute your. Okay. So I have something like this. I have something like this. Then I will straighten this. Okay, this is me changing this to my brand. Straighten this. Straighten this. I have this trimmed off. I have this trimmed off and release this. So straighten this. So you see, this was someone's else logo, which was this, right? I've chosen it and I've turned it to our own color of brand. If you have their own brand, and to give this effect that is sloopy here, this is what I will do. This is what I will do. I have that effect already. But don't worry, there's a day made for logo creation, so I will show you the whole idea behind this, right? So we have changed this to our logo, right? So this is our brand. So since our logo is like this, we need here to fix our logo. So we can make this to be a very light white so that our logo will stand out on it. So this is our logo. So what we are copying was this, right? So I have the arrangement here. Let's go get our own dresses. Let's go get our own dresses. So one good thing about good thing about this document, you can copy even the dresses. So far as those dresses were online, for instance, some brand will come with what the job they have done themselves for you to use. Why some we say you should use your own designs. For instance, okay, it's ladies. I'm looking for. Okay. Why some will say you should use your own design. Okay, so you can actually highlight the color here for this application to search this dress for you. See that the dresses are here. So let me at the same time show you how to change it with AI at once. So you can come use an AI to change this dress. You can use an AI to change this dress. After you have saved your dress, you can come here to upload your saved dress. Okay, so you now give the AI command to change this dress to, okay, we are doing with a white and a rose gold, right? So can actually tell you this thing, change the dress to the dress top to rose gold. You can actually give the decimal value to still respect that. Why the under the white. Okay, let it do its magic, right? So for those one, this is just Google Gemini. Google Gemini launched their nano banana version. So you see this, right? So this is the object you get here, but this is your own version of this. You can actually switch assets to remove this and customize it. So the person that asked the question, so that you got the idea from that, but your own this thing is totally different now, right? So I can now come to I can now come to where did I see it? Just okay. Go back and download it. Come download it again. So you see that I'm using this. Okay, my cropping is rough now, but I'm trying to mix up the time, right? So just have to manage it this rough. So I come back to my application now. So I can choose to now, since what I'm copying for the arrangement was done by the right. I have this side this way instead. So I don't have even forgotten the person that asked the question. Do you see the difference now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so where I got my initiative was from these designs. I got the initiative from this design, but I don't like what the picture the person used. I have my pictures. I like this picture here, but I don't like it with this color, and I have changed it to now to my brand, right? This actually saved my time of trying to sit and think which color should I start using and which is so that under in just few minutes I was able to change a logo that was made for another brand. But then I said this particular on the aspect of the logo is actually wrong, and it devalues your own brand. If you now start copying logo, people now start mistaking it to the other person's brand. So always use a unique logo. Can actually get ideas, but let your own brand stand out, right? But I actually got this person logo, change it to my own logo, and I now share that I like the way I did. So I'm arranging this. Let me say I use. Let me see. I use. I'm using this. Okay, let's also use colors. Okay, so the concept I'm using is this arrangement because I like what the person did there. So you can search for related front, or I think I should have a front. Okay, maybe I like this. So I'm using the code, but I'm not using the person's idea. So I can, okay, let's try pure good, yeah. So let me say I have something like this. So see that this whole design is focused on my brand color. This whole design is focused on my brand color. It's mixing a rose gold with that of white, and it's giving me this kind of design. So this is how you get mood board and you turn it to your design without having to worry about copyright. If you input this in a machine, there is no way AI will tell you that this dress is the same thing with this particular dress, or even with the one, because first the color is matching, and always have to change things. I can actually input a human face into the AI and tell the AI to swap this code to the human face. This is where AI is helping coming in this design, right? So AI is not always there to most of the people that goes online that suffer copyright is those are not designers. This is why I say you can AI is there to help you. Right? AI is not there to take your job. So they are, because they are not designers, they go and the AI generate whatever thing the AI generator and give them, they take it and use it without going to make their own initiative, their own creativity there. In that case, they now start suffering from copyright. But this idea, this initiative, maybe the person I like this aspect, but I don't like the way the person have tools scattered around here. So that I'm not following, I'm just taking this part of this upper part of this person's design and the way the person design. And even if I take this exactly, the color match doesn't actually match, the stance actually different. I'm not saying you should be very strict with copying, right? But most of the time it's useless. It's to create what has already been initiated. Okay, so Jonathan, you had a question before the other person coming. What was your question?
Okay, sir, actually, you answered it because I was asking if it's possible to use Gemini AI to do this work.
Those are AI as far as you are a digital designer. Those days whereby I'm saying I've seen those days where we're going and crack our head has gone. You can use a Gemini to add beauty to your design. There are many times. Okay, let me bring in a design I did of recent for one of the celebration in our office. Let me bring it to see a design. So this design, let me show you how these things. Okay, this is my own drive. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's not doing. Trying to get to that picture that I manipulated to create that picture is kind of that picture is foul. Okay, it's here. So that picture that you are seeing there in the lab coat, picture that you are seeing there in the lab coat, this it's that picture that you are seeing there in the lab coat. This is this picture. So I was doing a professional job, right? It's a flyer for what site day, and the picture that was supplied or was trying to bring right to it. This person is not looking professional. This is what makes you unique, right? This person is not looking professional. You can't see that you go to a hospital and you see a doctor carrying this kind of bag, dressing like this to consult you. So I wanted something professional. So first I changed the paper that the person is holding to glasses to depict what he's doing, right? And I'll see that, okay, the way he's carrying the bag is not professional. And I'll remove the background, the actual background. The background was done in corridor, and I remove the external people standing outside. Because if you go to the hospital, if they are consulting you, they don't allow people stand there because consultation is kind of a private stuff between you and your doctor. So to depict what I was trying to present, I removed the people in the background, I come back with Photoshop, and I still used AI and change. So wearing a lab coat with now still okay, although it can be sit down with a Photoshop, but it will take much time to start creating this one by one. Now use AI to change this, add this person with a lab coat, and I'm done. So you can use AI to enhance your job and to save you a lot of time. But always bear this in mind, AI will only give you just 40% of what you want. You are the one to give it 80%, the remaining 60. So the idea is just to give you those assistants. You will give it the remaining 60% of it. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Any other
I'm
question?
getting.
Okay. Okay. Any other
Yes, sir.
question? Anybody have any other question? Okay. So since you don't have any question, we'll forge ahead. So you can so back to this person's idea. I think I've answered. I was done with that. So I can combine. The intention here was to get the upper part of this to form this, get this picture to form this, then get the way the person arranged this one to form this. Okay, so here is how I'm modifying our assignment. This is how I'm modifying our assignment. And before I get that, I've observed that many of you were asking for the recorded class. I've shared that on our YouTube and shared the link. These are 2 hour classes, right? And the class is recorded fully. The file is very big. I can go and start copying this file. and dropping in the link. And the time it will take to upload on the drive is large, and it takes you much data to download. That's why the file was uploaded on our YouTube, and the class is private. That is why if you actually check, if you go to our YouTube, without the link I gave you, you won't see the class. As I told you, we are supposed to follow. So most of you did not go subscribe to the YouTube channel because I don't know, you have your reasons for that. Because I went down there to check. I said only few of you have already subscribed. So if I've not done that already, you should go do that. As even after the class, related link will be shared. There are some tips I do share there with my students. You are not the first batch of students, but I always make it such a way that if I'm making a video or I'm dropping a related link for you, that link is for you. So I always make it in such a way that you only access that through the link. There are some videos that they are general videos, but there are ones that I made for you. So if you go to that YouTube without the link I have shared in the group, you won't be able to access the video. The link was the video, the class recording was made specifically for you. That is why you will see it through the link. You use the link to access the class. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, it actually takes you nothing subscribing to the channel. Just go there, click subscribe back then. For those that always have network issues, they're always dropping them off, you can actually go back there. The class is also recorded. For it to give you that room that you understand everything, that is why the class is not even edited. Normally, if I'm recording a class or for online, I just go straight to the question without people answering. I just remove the part where people ask questions and drop a simple link. But for the purpose of this class, I drop that raw so that you still have that feel of your class. So you can still go there, follow up, go there and follow up with the class in case you missed any other thing. So I know that this is 2 hours. Or even I was also in school, right? So there's no way you only sit one place for 2 hours. You kind of lose focus on this. You cannot get all the data at once. So that class is always there to help you get back to that. See that many people were complaining that they didn't get some of the questions answered in class, but the link was already in the group and it's only on the YouTube. But they didn't go there to check. Please, can someone give me his WhatsApp number? Yes. Okay, the person that said having issue on Telegram and haven't been added to
Yes, sir.
who is asking about Gen, right?
Yes,
So if you're not in Telegram, how do you join the class?
someone sent me the link, sir.
Someone sent you the link.
Yes,
Person
I'm
is
not
from
doing
Telegram. Which day do you register?
Sir, I registered since I've been flowing from class ever since last 3 classes that were attended, but just that I've not been a good child, and like my assignments I cannot access them because I cannot like send them to the page on Telegram when they're submitting the assignments.
Why is it that you were not added to the Telegram or your Telegram has issue?
Sir, both of them is having issues. My number was not from Telegram, so I don't know what to do. So like, can you like create a WhatsApp class for group for us if possible, sir?
So the standard I'm just your tutor, right? The organization has its own standards. They put their students on Telegram, so I cannot create a Telegram group. WhatsApp is there for if you have a question. So most of the time, if you sort your Telegram issue, so even if you ask me a question on WhatsApp, I will still go back and answer the question in the group so that others will also follow up with the question, right? So you can I have dropped my number. You can use the number. Text me up, but I will still add it up in the Telegram so that your mates will also be following up. So you can chat me that I'll add it up on Telegram.
Okay, sir. So please, can you drop a number in the chat, sir?
I have dropped my number there already.
Sir, no, sir. So like that number, like sir, that number is not WhatsApp. Oh. I checked it, but like
no, all my number on WhatsApp.
Okay, I'll try again.
Maybe you tried the wrong way. That is the number I've been using for. So, okay, so any
Okay,
other
sir.
question?
So I have a question.
Okay, go on, please.
Sir, my question is, if we finish designing, how do we add light to the design to enhance it? Like, because I've seen several designs that after they finish designing, then they will now add light and to look so fine, to look very attractive and to look good. So I want to know, how do they add light and which app is used for adding light in designs?
Okay, so that the first part of that shiny light design you see started right from the design. I remember I told you that in designing we use mostly, not limited, but mostly two color formats. We have RGB and CMYK. I told you when to use RGB and when to use CMYK, right? You still remember that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so when you are designing online flyers that are to be shared with screen, number one thing to bring that light is using RGB. If you use CMYK, our screens were made with RGB format. So you start with RGB, and then the second aspect of enhancing the contrast. For me, I use Photoshop, right? I go to Photoshop and I enhance. For instance, let me get a design. For instance, I use Photoshop to. Okay. Oh, sorry. Let me share my screen. I don't know if you have Photoshop. There are many online applications you can do that though. But for me, I use Photoshop. Okay, so you are seeing my screen, right?
Yes, I can see.
So this was my design that was done in so I used Photoshop to increase the vibrance. So you can see, if you see, actually the colors are getting brighter. See the effects, right? So if you see, this
Yes,
is a
sir.
dark color, this is a bright color, this is bright color. So I can use this, or since this is online, I can use this and I can choose which color to enhance. Sometimes I still go back and I still enhance it further by a minute, let's open. Okay. So sometimes I still enhance it further by using this camera settings, right? I color grade it to choose a particular color. I use zooming out. So I see there is blue mostly here. So if I want to make the blue deeper or change the blue, okay, sorry, that was saturation. So I can actually enhance the blue to get. So you see that what I'm doing is affecting only the blue. Are you seeing this now? So
Yes.
this is one of the application I use. So you see that I can make my blue get dull. I can make it get higher, right? So there are many colors. Okay, maybe I can boost my blue to just like so. Okay, I now have with the red, so I can still go back to red and add my red. So you see that what I'm doing is affecting only my red. But this works perfectly when we're using RGB. If you make a design with CMYK, it will give you difficulties in doing this. So that is one of the ways I can do that. Uh, but always make your online designs with CMYK. Then the second aspect I always tell people is that be careful when you start enhancing or adding light luminance to this design. Okay. There's a reason why designers are using every application now is coming with a dark mode, right? People find it difficult to use too much bright screens. So if you now make your designs to be over bright, people unless someone that is very interested in that design that will stay there for long to look it. So keep your design, keep the contracts in between, right? Let it not be too dull, let it not be too bright, so that people will open it and see it clearly. There are some design although there are designs that you can actually make it that bright, so you know what you are designing out there. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So any other question? Any other question from somebody? So Jonathan, your hand is up. Go on.
Okay, sir. So I want to ask for the last time. You talked about using this thing RGB for online designs, right?
Yes.
We also say CYK for using it. I overheard it.
CMY,
Okay.
CMYK. When you are doing a design that is to be printed, use
Okay.
CMYK. I say that which is to be printed, use CMYK setting. If for instance, if you are doing large production whereby they have to go and do color separation, that's another. Even you are taking the advanced class there, that is part of what I will cover in the advanced. The kind of printing, if you see most of for instance, your manuals, your practical manuals in your school, the pattern of method, the method used in the printing that was color separation. They separated it and they printed it differently, right? They separated different colors, cyan, the same white case or cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. So when you combine this color, it can give you any other color. These are the basic colors in so far as printing is concerned. Those are the primary colors for printing. Every other color was made in with the combination of those four colors: cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. So when you are making it, you deal with that so that it will give you the best out of what you are seeing on the screen, what will be printed. There are some many times that you observe that you do a design that on screen it will be beautiful and the color, but when they print it, you start seeing color differences. You see that the color is not matching what you are seeing on the screen. That is because you use a different color format. If you use CMYK, what you see on the screen is what you will printed out. But if you use RGB, there are chances that there will be color changes. So that is the difference there. Any other question?
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Ponua, your hand was up. You took it down. I don't know if any other question.
No, the question I wanted to ask was what she just asked, so that was why I brought it up.
Okay, I'm done. Any other question? Okay, so the person is asking for the link to the previous class. The first class was not recorded because it was basically introduction. I said it will not be recorded, but for the second class, which was Thursday, it was recorded, and the link is already shared in the Telegram group. So it's on the link to the access that your class. This class is also recorded. The link will also be shared in the Telegram group for you to follow up. So the person that was asking it, you will have it. The link for the first lesson in Telegram. This will also be in the Telegram group. Any other question? Okay, so if there is no other question, so now that you have understand what I've needed, basically, so you now go decide your brand. You can be a brand for your design. Maybe since you are learning design, create a brand for yourself, give yourself a brand name, and then choose your brand color. So the target is so that you build a complete brand identity at the end of this class. So I expect you should go back, choose color, brand color. When we get to the logo, we'll create a logo for your brand. Then when you choose the color, get the color hexadecimal value, explain what the color stands for, just like the theme I shared and how it relates to your brand. I've given you can use the manual way of using this color way. You can use AI to help you, but I always tell people don't go and copy AI straight and give people. When you copy AI, make sure you know what you are copying, right? So that you can explain and defend it anywhere. So I believe the assignment will be done better now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. So just now you can leave the first part where I said you should deal with the basic color and shape. Just focus on choosing color for your brand, then choose color. Can just explain the way the last one I shared is explain the color for your brand and We'll work on that as we progress in class. So go back to the YouTube and subscribe to the YouTube and subscribe to the YouTube. Then secondly, there's a link that will be shared in your group. You shared in your group to the organization who collects data from you people so that we help you serve you better. I understand some people were dropping different suggestions in the group of how the group is making me uncomfortable. We can improve this training based on your reply. Left to us, we have already made our preparations and we say, okay, we make our preparation and say, okay, this thing is fine. So, but for us to improve and serve you better, the link will be shared so that you give us your feedback so far as the class, so that if there's anything we can work on, we will work on it. So I will share the link after your class. Give your honest review. Don't just feel your honest so that that data will help us improve the class if there's anything. If there's anything we can correct for. So for Precious asking what YouTube, I said the program that is hosting this program is Ctvet, and Ctvet is on YouTube. That is where the link to this. That is where the link to the class that is being the link to the class that is being recorded is always shared there. So that is where you have to go and subscribe for Ctvet. Besides Ctvet on the YouTube, you can see that. But I will still drop the link both here on the group so that you will. Okay, I'll drop the link on the chat box. You can click it and go subscribe. And that is where the recorded class will be shared. I also share the link in your Telegram groups. Go subscribe. So when we are done, the class will be shared and the link will be shared to you. So thank you so much for your time. See you tomorrow. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,